Hey guys, let's chat about hydration. But look, it's so nice outside. Let's get out of the shop and head outdoors. Come with me. It's a beautiful day. This is way better. All right, it's great to be hanging out and chatting about bikes. First up, a quick word. This video is sponsored by Jensen USA. They're a great supporter of mine. Any purchases at the links I've got down below, they'll directly help support my channel too. In this video, we're gonna go over the current Ibis bikes and the cages that work really well on those, and we'll touch on some of the older models and which cages I prefer on those bikes as well. I'm excited to be here. I just got home from a quick BC road trip. I got to ride Squamish, which was super fun.
Nice, this pond is literally frozen over.
And I got to do something pretty different. Got to ride some motocross bikes up in Whistler, set up with skis in front and snowmobile style tracks in the back. For the most part, these are called snow bikes. And let me know in the comments, do you guys want to see a full video from our day on these snow bikes? It was definitely pretty incredible.
Tusk is right there, black tusk.
It's kind of different than the type of content you normally see on my channel. So I'm curious, if this is something you want to see, do let me know. All right, so let's get into this. Now, I've been riding Ibis bikes for almost 10 years now, and I've definitely got experience with a bunch of different water bottle cages. Current Ibis bikes, the HD4, the Ripmo, the Ripley LS, the Mojo 3, these generally work awesome with the Arrundel Side Loader carbon cage. Now, why do I mention that cage out of all the models available in this day and age? Well, it turns out that this cage works really darn well, and that side loading compatibility meant it worked with a lot of the Ibis bikes, so Ibis started selling these themselves through their own web store. This means Ibis has a bunch of water bottle cages on hand and in stock. So when the engineers are building a bike and testing a prototype, I've seen that they usually end up bolting that very cage to their own bike. Now, what does that mean to you? So that means that that cage almost always works seamlessly with the Ibis bikes. I've used the Arrundel cages on my own bikes for probably 5 years now, and I've definitely had good experiences, and I could definitely recommend them to all of you guys. I have a link in the YouTube description below straight to the Jensen USA page where you can find those water bottle cages. More traditional bikes like the DV9 Hardtail, well, on those, I would actually prefer something different than the Arrundel cage. I really like titanium water bottle cages. They're stiff enough, they hold your bottle in place really well, but they're not so stiff that it's impossible to get the bottle out of, and it's still really easy to return the bottle into them. There are a bunch of good titanium cage options on the market today, and I've got links in the description below to a couple of the ones that I like over at Jensen USA. Older Ibis bikes, well, these were a little bit harder to put a water bottle on. They often had the water bottle mounting spot on the bottom of the down tube. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That means your bottle gets covered in muck. So it goes. These under down tube mounted bikes include the Mojo Carbon, the Mojo SL, the Mojo SLR, the Mojo HD160, the HD140, the Mojo HDR, and even the Mojo HD3, and I believe the Mojo 3 have an under down tube spot for a water bottle. About a decade ago, I worked at a company called Lezyne, and one of the products that we made was a water bottle cage. One of my best friends of all time actually designed this one, and it's called the Power Cage. Now, that thing works really, really well with the bikes that have the under down tube mounting spot. The way this cage is built, the arms are very short, and that keeps them very stiff. They have plenty of coverage around the bottle too. I almost never lost water bottles when I was using that cage, and getting the water bottle in and out when it's mounted on the down tube was actually pretty easy. The Power Cage can work on top of the down tube, but honestly, it's best left under the down tube. Luckily, that Lezyne Power Cage is still available today. It's only 10 bucks, and I've got a link below to the page on Jensen that lists that water bottle cage. Speaking of water bottles, Camelback supported me really well over the last few years, and I use the Podium Dirt Series 21-ounce bottle on most of my bikes. Now, on a couple of bikes, namely the Ripmo, I'm able to fit the 25-ounce Podium Big Chill bottle You might wonder why you often see me with a pack on and a water bottle. Well, that's because I put water in the hydration pack, and then in the water bottle I can carry an electrolyte mix. Water bottles are way easier to clean out than a full-on hydration bladder. There are definitely more options for water bottles and water bottle cages, so let me know in the comments below. What cages have you tried on your Ibis bike, and what's worked really well for you? Maybe what hasn't worked that well for you? We've got a strong community on this channel here, and it would be great if you could share your experience with the other viewers. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Next week, episode 2 of the Local Loam series will be coming out. I'll see you guys on the trail.